Hi people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to add crinoline and facing on the outer part of a ball dress. This is usually done for kids, and if you look closely at the dress, you will find that the fabric on the body is what is used as a facing on the lower part of the dress. Okay, it's a tricky but a very simple tutorial, and I've done something similar and I'm showing us how to do that in a bit. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. Now to do this, you are going to be doing something like this. You can see the function of the crinoline is to give the organza or the tulle sort of a wavy look. Okay, so what I did was I cut out an organza, a rectangle actually, and the rectangle is about 4 times the waist circumference of the child, and then you just gather it back basically. But the essence of today's tutorial is to show you how to attach the crinoline to the lower part of the fabric, which is not the usual way. Okay, so first thing first, I'll be showing us the materials we'll be needing. You are going to need the organza, the crinoline, and of course the facing. Now for the facing, the width of the facing has to be the width of the organza, sorry, the crinoline. But before that, yeah, this is my facing here. So before I explain, the width and all of that, you are going to make sure that the length is the same length to the organza, and then the width of the facing should be 3/4 of an inch, longer than the width of the organza. You can see that, okay? You can see I have an excess. Then that excess, you take it to your pressing iron and give it a very good press, so that when you want to start sewing, it won't give you issues. So you just press it down. Okay, yeah, so those are the things you need basically. Then this is my organza here. Definitely the length of the organza will be the length of the facing too. Now I'm going to place my facing on the organza, the other side that I did not press. Okay, I told us to press one side of the facing. So the other side that is not pressed, yes, I'll press it on my organza, right side of the facing on the wrong side of the organza, and I'll go and sew it. So after sewing, you're gonna have something like this. Okay, don't forget I said you should press the other side. Okay, so you have to press this. Then after pressing, you are going to bind the edges of your organza like this, because of the crinoline. Yeah, it has a way of irritating the skin if you don't do that. So you can use bias, can use the fabric just to bind the edges. Then you're going to place it inside like this. Okay, make sure the crinoline is touching the edge of your seam allowance there. And then remember, we ironed in 3/4 of an inch. So you bring it out and tuck it inside. You tuck the crinoline inside that fold we created. Okay, so if this is the first time, it might be a bit tricky. Just use your office pin to hold it down. Okay, so I'll just fold in like this and then pin. So I'll show us how I want to do this on the sewing machine. Yeah, so you're sewing on the wrong side and you're sewing very close to the edge of the facing. Okay, so you have to do this really slowly. So for just tuck the facing it in for about a few inches, and then you sew. You don't have to be fast. Speed is not actually important here, more like accuracy and precision, right? So you just keep doing this gently, but like I said initially, the ironing is very key. so that you don't have pleats or folds. You have a perfectly sewn facing. So you just keep sewing like this. You can see. Okay, so each time you sew, make sure you push the crinoline, let it touch the edge of the seam allowance, and then you tuck it in properly into the 3/4 inch seam allowance with length at the top part, right? So I'm done. So you can have several layers of this. Okay, and then yeah, so yeah, that's all. It's a very simple tutorial. So if this was helpful, kindly leave a comment and reaction. Do not forget to subscribe, and very importantly, share. Thank you so much. Bye.